Surviving Sister Wives contains adult content that may not be suitable for Latter-day Saints or sinners. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Sister Wives.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly, and this is the Sister Wives Rehash, and we are here today with Amye and Amanda of Little Miss Recap.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello. So this is technically
Hello.
Little Miss Rehash.
Is that what we can call it?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll take Little Miss
All right.
Rehash.
Okay.
We've got Little Miss Trash Bag. We got Little Miss Rehash. We'll just Little Miss with everybody.
Yes, that's
It's
good.
very
Little-
versatile.
Mhm.
The Little Miss and Mr. books were integral to my childhood. This is like a core memory for me. I had Little Miss Sunshine, and then I got a hold of Little Miss Bossy.
Oh.
And my sister would make me believe that was me.
Oh.
That's you. You're Little Miss Bossy. So I've been working through that in therapy for a couple of years.
Little did she know, Little Miss Trash Bag and Little Miss Rehash
Mhm.
were on the way. So
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
it's been a
She had
real
no idea.
evolution.
Beginning. Yeah, just the beginning.
She was
Yep.
birthing an empire without even knowing it.
So those of you who may have missed the last episode, this is our journey rewatching Sister Wives. Yet again, we're going back and visiting the classic episodes through, I guess what you could call a different lens.
Yes, an altered lens as required. So it's not the same as the first time when you watch it, if that's the first initial response to things. So that's why we had to kind of provide another lens to view things through here.
This is season 6, episode 19, The Commitment Celebration.
Oh, bless.
Wow.
We
It's
got
a
here.
lot.
I
Commitment
feel like
ceremony?
the entire episode is just them going, we got here. I'm like, do you see what here looks like? It's not good.
What is here?
I have
what
so
is
many
here?
thoughts. So let me just say off the bat that I have never done a full rewatch of Sister Wives. I saw it the original time, the first time, but that was what, 20 years ago almost?
Thereabouts.
So
Getting
I
there.
don't remember a lot of it. So when we go back and we do these rewatches, I feel like I'm watching it for the first time.
Yeah.
And there's a lot in this episode. And my basic question, which makes me sound like a noob, I'm aware, is why did they just not stay on the cul-de-sac? It was the perfect
I know.
setup. Are they morons?
They put the roots down, and I think that was mostly at the behest of Robin. And
Mhm.
then
Mhm.
the roots were pulled out at the stem there at the base, and it was
By
just-
Robin.
By Robin.
By
Yeah,
Robin.
So ironically, it's just whatever Robin wants, Robin gets. And I think that becomes the theme for the entire show.
I did appreciate the overness of them. Like, we're planting our roots. We're digging in here. We're never leaving again. I'm like,
yes.
sure, Jan.
Even I was thinking about the Cody Brown family mission, whatever the fuck it is. I can curse, right?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have fun.
definitely.
Should I go into Florian cursing? No, I won't. I will not. So I was thinking about that, and a lot of people have been like, why is it the Cody Brown family? But when you're doing genealogy, you do it that way.
Yes.
Like it's the Robert Archer wing of the family. It's the Tom Archer wing of the family. So like that didn't strike me as weird. But to no one's surprise, the mission statement is just gobbledygook of positive words that are pretty much apply to any family.
yeah. And we know Mormons love genealogy.
They want to have parties and be healthy.
Yeah. A lot of parties. I love that was Christine's part to read because she's the
Yes.
organizer of the
Mhm.
parties.
Mm-hmm,
You know, that was really a big blow to the family when they lost her because she is the party planner. Don't you
Yeah.
think that was upsetting that she didn't get to read something more serious?
Okay. Yes.
She got
and
like the footnote, you know? It was at the end. It
Well,
was
she
the
had to
basement
corral
wife.
Truly, who was just running a fool throughout the entire
Maybe
party.
that was
So
it.
what are you going to
Big
do?
part.
She was holding all the babies. She had Saul at one point. That's
Yeah.
all she was there for.
yeah, she was the built-in babysitter for everyone but Robin, of course.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can't be
Mhm.
It's
trusted.
amazing that Robin let her hold Saul.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
That might have been a Cody handoff because I think Cody had him at one point.
He's like,
and then,
Christine, here.
Yeah.
That's what he's used to, just shoving babies at Christine to hold.
Oh, he had Saul in that moment where we all think he's going to go serial killer any moment now and family annihilate right
Okay,
on
I
TV.
was going to ask if that was the premiere of Murder Face.
That was the premiere
I
of
think
Murder
it
Face.
was. I think that's the origin. And that's what people were like, when the wives are talking about it on the couch after, and they're like, it was so out of character, and that was so not like we've ever seen Cody. And it's like, this is the new normal. This is the beginning.
Just wait, guys.
Used to it.
That's
This
it.
is Dark Cody. Yeah.
The dark
Yeah.
Cody timeline.
This was
Mhm.
also like we planned this before. Did you guys see the cameo that Cody did for someone for Valentine's Day? Where he
Oh,
yelled,
no.
"Look down the lens."
Look down the lens was the request. We didn't do
Oh,
that one because
no.
Cody doesn't
Oh.
do cameos that we request.
No.
So
Was it a trash bag?
I don't know.
I don't know. It was two people. It was two friends, I think, and they asked him to say that in the video, and he did. He didn't do it like quite as eerie as he did the first time. He didn't really channel that angry.
Right.
He didn't go into Chris Watts mode.
No,
he didn't,
yeah.
he didn't have to shift from a grimace to a fake smile in the same motion there.
And I loved how all of them were like, well, you were just hungry. You were just hungry. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean,
More
I've
than
been
that.
hungry and I haven't had that face.
Well, I have.
Yeah, I'm not one to judge now on that. But have we learned nothing? This is season 6. This was the season with a touch of flu where Truly was dehydrated and
true.
hospitalized.
Yeah, he did
So-
try to kill Truly.
If he was talking about dehydration and how he must have just been thirsty or hungry, we need to address those human bodily function urges
Snacks.
as needed.
We
yeah,
need
immediately.
snacks in this house.
There were I can't even tell you how many hors d'oeuvres were around every surface.
7,000
Lot
pieces.
in the
Lot
cul-de-sac.
of Rice Krispie treats. Lot of Rice Krispie treats.
If it can fit in a cup, they were serving
They
it.
served it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Here's the challenge. So we saw all the cups of like the little like 7-layer dip in a cup and all that, right?
I'm into
That's
it.
fine.
Mhm.
I would have eaten everything they serve for the most part. But then they show the food at the actual party and it looks like a professional put this together. I'm like, I don't think this is the same.
Well, don't forget, Mary's
same food.
sister is a caterer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, this is Mary's sister as a caterer level.
Is it air quotes caterer?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
I
don't
want to
her
know what
life.
school she went to because she graduated from culinary school, but I think she only learned how to cook things,
things in
in
cups?
cups.
You put it in a
Was
cup.
it like the McDonald's University that they send you to?
Don't mock McDonald's
Oh,
Hamburger University. Thank you very much.
Excuse me, I went there as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
It's making
We
me
both
hungry.
we both ran drive-throughs independently of one another.
Oh wow. No, I was
wow,
never.
you could come together and have like a Sister Wives themed drive-through or
Mhm.
Oh
something.
wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was never brave enough for drive-through. I couldn't do it. Yeah. I
Oh,
did
I
work at
loved it.
Chipotle though, and that was terrifying in its own right.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of actual like food stuff that we had to like we were messing with knives and cutting stuff up and doing
Yeah.
all kinds
Mhm.
of things. But
Yeah.
did you guys have dishwashers though? Because I had to wash
Uh,
everything by hand at Chipotle, and that was brutal.
Well,
Well,
we.
the-
Oh, I
yeah.
thought you meant did we have a dishwasher?
Oh,
'Cause we
like a
did, and I
machine.
dated him, and we used to make
Okay.
out in the walk-in.
No, we had to wash our own dishes. I didn't work at nearly the fancy McDonald's that Amy
Okay,
did. We had
yeah.
to wash our own dishes, but there
Mm.
was like a thing you could send it through in the racks.
Oh,
Well, Sean
yeah.
was like he was like the lobby kid and the dishwasher.
Mm.
Oh,
Mhm.
dual
Prime
role.
Amy making out material.
Oh, he was hot. He was a skater.
I was a
I was into it.
So
I was
you
into it.
three have the food covered. And then my
Yeah.
first job that I was at for a long time was a craft store. So I know how to
Oh.
sew. So
Ooh.
whenever we revisit the episodes with Sam, I get irrationally upset at how bad the dresses are.
The dresses.
Okay, I need lots of I need a lot of time with
Oh
Sam.
man. Poor
Are we
Sam.
irrationally angry at Sam or are we angry at these women for putting Sam through this?
I
Yes.
think it's
A
more
A
so.
Yeah,
combination
okay,
of both.
okay.
I need Sam to get boundaries. Like she needs to work through that on in therapy because I think I would have given up when they went shopping for fabric.
I think,
Mhm.
yeah, Carly gets upset with the technical skill requirements because then when it comes right down to it, obviously this was an impossible task that the wives had faced Sam with in this moment. But also, there is kind of when Carly's looking at it and saying, you should be able to sew 4 dresses in the amount of time that you had. I think it's just the dresses, the materials, the demands, the
Oh,
requests.
the whole thing was a clusterfuck.
That was where the problems really were starting from.
And they gave her 3 weeks
3 weeks. And they
to make
wanted her to
4
make
dresses.
They wanted her to make dresses out of stuff that you upholster couches with.
That's
That's the
problem.
main problem. You know,
It's
Sam's
the wrong
been-
fabric.
she wasted a lot of time switching between like a regular needle and an
Yes.
upholstery needle to start Mary's dress.
I too know how to sew, Carly, sort of. I can quilt, so I know enough to know exactly what you're talking about, and it was all wrong. All wrong.
This is all I know. My grandmother was a seamstress her whole life, and she used to make all of our Cabbage Patch Kid doll clothes.
Ooh,
Does that
important.
make sense? And she would start in like September to make a few of the dresses for Christmas presents. So that's Cabbage Patch clothes. that
Robin
are
should
this
know
big.
that then, shouldn't she?
Well,
I mean, she does special order dolly clothes.
Amy,
You would
so
think.
Amy, you don't spend $30,000 a year on your Cabbage Patch
What the
Kid clothes.
fuck?
You don't
Amanda
budget
will
for
tell
that.
you how I feel about spending $30 on doll clothes.
You don't budget for that. You don't save your grocery money for some Cabbage
She
Patch
has a
Kid
prank
dolls?
budget, not a doll budget.
Okay,
I have a
yeah.
prank budget. And what other budget did I have?
You had a coins for Match Factory, well, Pack Cooking Fever, but now it's moved to
A
Match
gaming
Factory.
budget. I have a
Yeah.
gaming budget.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's
But
been some
it's
good.
small.
There's been some good deals on Steam lately too, Amy. I'll have to keep you.
Well,
in the
we're
loop when I see
playing
stuff.
WoW again, so my life is over.
Oh yeah, I have a couple of friends who got sucked back into.
We're playing vanilla and
Yep.
forget it.
vanilla.
Mhm.
Are you doing hardcore? Like
No.
okay.
No.
I have a
no.
couple of friends who are doing that, and they've already lost a few characters and started over too. So
Okay.
it's been fun.
That's hardcore.
Yeah, the group chat
Carly,
has
do you have
been
any
a
idea what they're
support
talking
group.
about?
No.
It's okay.
Okay, good.
It's okay.
Thank you.
This is niche of a niche. It's fine.
That's okay.
My gaming went as far as The Sims, and I
love
can't
The
revisit
Sims.
I
that.
didn't even
I
get
don't-
that far.
I think it's less gaming for Carly when it comes to The Sims and just more just addiction. I think that's what it that could be
Yeah.
summarized.
Did
as.
you used to kill your Sims in creative ways? Like put them in a room with no doors or windows and put a bunch of stoves in there?
Yes, the pool.
Yeah.
The
The
pool
pool.
and
Oh,
taking
the
the
pool.
ladder
Take
out.
the ladder out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the room with the
Classic.
fireplace and then the
Yep.
rug. Yeah, yeah.
People are sadistic.
See, I played The Sims one time, and it was the original first version of
Yeah.
The Sims. And I worked
Yeah.
so hard where I was like, oh my God, he's getting some art skills. He's painting because he was miserable because all he was doing was going to work, coming home, making food, going to
Does
sleep.
that make people
He was
miserable?
adulting.
He was living
made-
my life, is what you're telling me?
He's
Okay.
living monotony in
Yeah.
true form. And so I was like, get this guy some art supplies, give him a hobby. And he was working so hard. He was getting so excited about this. I was fast forwarding through the night as he was sleeping. Someone broke in. The thief
And
broke
stole the
in, stole the
paintings?
painting. I didn't know that was a mechanic in the game.
Yes.
So it was fast forwarding. The thief whooshed in, took it, and left. And I didn't even get to react to it or try to have him stop him. So
Stole your
Was
money.
this-
Is he a crime victim in Sims?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Was this before or after we discovered the cheat code Motherload?
see, I didn't have any of the cheat codes.
Ugh.
I was struggling. My house was just one big square. It was terrible.
No, you need.
Did you ever, Carly, did you ever try to seduce death when he showed up to take your husband or spouse away?
No, I didn't know that that was something you could do.
You could attempt it.
Mm.
Doesn't always work.
It's
See,
an
I
option.
can't. I
Bang
can't do
death?
this.
Maybe.
And if you
Maybe.
bang death, do you die?
No, I don't think so.
Good question.
I think you get divorced. Isn't that the rule?
Story of my life.
It's
Also
not-
story of my
isn't that
life.
Robin's
This has
rule?
been 90s games, Corny.
We are sidetracked. Okay, the dresses. The dresses.
Well, where do we want
Oh.
to start? They're wildly unprepared at the beginning of the episode. It's like
For something they planned for 2 years.
And really
Forever.
focused in on for the last 6 months. Really
they've just
focused
been
in.
buckled down every day working on preparing for this ceremony. I can't call it a
It's
ceremony.
celebration ceremony. It's gone through. They can't even name it decisively. For
Not a
everyone.
wedding, but they do have a day of wedding planner who's helping them.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Somebody's there.
Thank
She's
God.
the
Do
only
something.
reason it got done. I'm convinced.
Mhm.
That's how all those cups got out on the table.
And Bonnie. Bonnie makes shit
Bonnie.
happen.
Bonnie's
Bonnie's
doing the
great.
math. Yeah.
I
It's
love
good to
Grandma
see her.
Bonnie.
She is busy. Very busy.
Watching Bonnie explain to Mary how to cut something into eighths, though, when she was like, you cut it in half, and then you cut the halves in half. And Mary's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Slower.
That would be me.
They're like, you know what? Just make the Rice Krispie treats. Just stick to what you're good at.
Bonnie knows how to do math, and that is her special skill for the day.
Yeah.
I was upset by the food. It's just, it's too many small bite-sized things.
I think we've had this complaint
I
before.
need more substance.
Well, I mean, there's not going to be an open bar, so
Yeah,
I
what do
think
you need?
we'll be okay.
I don't know. I could eat an entire dinner of little snacks.
Were there any like little handheld sandwiches? It seemed like a lot of dessert-like items that would just spike your blood sugar.
Or like trail mix. It was very like
Oh, there was some trail mix situation.
That's I think
You have a
between that-
diverticulitis flare up the next day. You're fucked. Maybe you have a certain age over here.
It just seemed like a lot of desserts to me. But maybe I didn't see the rest of the good stuff.
I mean, see, Carly would be one for like, where are the short rib sliders?
Ooh.
You
Well, that
know?
just makes me sound like a fancy bitch. Where's the charcuterie board? Like, I need
would
more
be like,
cheese.
where is the cafeteria chicken? Because we all know what I mean when I say cafeteria / catering chicken strips.
Yes.
They're the best. They're the best.
Wouldn't there would have to be just a tray of like dino nuggies for Saul.
Saul.
Yeah.
corn
Yeah.
dogs? Isn't he into the corn dogs?
Maybe they didn't start him this young on the corn dogs. He
Yeah,
wasn't
I'm
ready.
not sure he has all of his teeth quite yet, so we might not be able to corn dog it yet.
You can't bite
but
into a
I
corn
don't-
dog yet.
I
You
don't
can't
know.
rip a piece off.
Did they have corn dogs in the 19th century, early 19th century?
I don't know.
I don't know what that
Okay,
kid was
do you
raised
think
on.
he comes from the same timeline as Florian?
We've kind of aged Saul at the 19th century. Florian 17th century.
I don't have baby. I bring from 19th century.
See-
I don't know what you're fucking talking about. You come nice, I make nice. You come bad, I make fucking nightmare. Let me think about this.
So he's like, maybe Saul is more of like the Spanish influenza timeline.
Ooh.
I
Yeah.
just think he is lifted right out of Charles Dickens' house
Oh,
and
okay.
brought over. He's related to Charles Dickens. That's how Dickensian he is.
And that's why Cody's really into him because he loves Charles Dickens.
Yeah.
Just something about this kid. Yeah.
You're eerily familiar.
Big Tiny Tim energy with
Yeah.
Saul, baby
Yeah.
Saul specifically, especially the way he's being held for the photos too,
He's
where
just
his
like-
That little suit.
where his
Yes.
he's scrunched up, and so he's just completely hunched over, and then his legs are just dangling like a Muppet.
Yeah.
Well, Cody's holding him like this.
It's the weirdest way to hold a kid I've ever seen.
Like he's serving
a
5
serving
dinner
platter.
plates. Yeah, it's a platter. He's going around with hors d'oeuvres,
Maybe his
So
arms are
special.
stuck like that after like
working on the lights.
the lights. Yeah.
How great was the lights
Oh.
when he plugs them in and they're burned out, right? The greatest scene. Now, wait, the greatest scene is like 2 of the strings are out, right? And Janelle goes, well, you did the best you could. She's like, I'm not fucking fixing this.
Such a
What are you
Janelle
talking
response.
about?
Yeah, close enough.
Wasn't the
I
boat
can't
that they
control
built the SS like just what was
Just
it?
enough to participate.
Just enough to participate. That's totally Janelle's
Janelle.
mode.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
her.
Vibe.
This poor girl's like, I've got this woman crying in my laundry room because she can't finish these dresses. These lights are the least of my worries right now.
She felt the same way about the dress.
Yeah.
She had to have.
It was a really uncomfortable episode. The whole thing. Poor Sam. I mean, she's just there like, give me next fabric. Give me. She had to call her mother in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I have to call my mother in, shit has gone awry.
Yes.
Christy's entire dress is just elastic. Like, I don't even think she put a
Yeah.
zipper into
Christine has the Tangled dress on. I mean, it's from Tangled, right out of it,
it.
right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say that, or I feel like she's ready to be like a handmaid in
Ooh.
a Shakespearean play.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
Handmaid's Tale,
No.
but like
yeah.
a lady in waiting or something in
Okay.
a Shakespearean play.
Mhm.
Is what
It
that
didn't
dress
even
feels like to
have
me.
like enough like corset or lace. Like it was really just it's medieval times. We've got it.
Mhm.
Ren Fair.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was where we landed on, I think. And yeah, it was town crier a little bit too, because especially like the scene when they brought Cody. The scene. It's not like what am I talking?
One.
Yeah. Well,
Act
yeah.
1, Scene 4.
It did feel very official, I guess, looking back on it in the theater of my mind. But no, when Cody came in to look at Robin's dress and the progress that had been made on Robin's dress, and Christine is standing next to him in her Ren Fair attire, and it just seemed like, what dost thou thinketh, my lord?
And Robin's just standing there looking like, oh,
She
I have
belongs
the
in
saddest
Westeros.
dress.
She has a Westeros feel to her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is a Game
Yes.
of Thrones.
Yeah.
She's like, she would live in the Vale.
Mm.
Maybe that's why Robin was like, forget it. Like, don't even make my dress because I can't win this.
Yeah, if
I've
Robin...
seen
this battle.
you. I've seen your work. I don't want a part of it. But hold on. I have a perfect dress just sitting in my closet, just waiting. out of nowhere.
Oh, I think I have something that might work from TJ Maxx.
Yeah, just so happened.
Mary's dress, the one she buys, no.
It's so bad.
No.
Oh man.
This is going to get me on a rant.
I am a little meatball. I am thick in the middle, thin on the bottom, just like Mary. You don't buy a dress that accentuates that middle part.
We needed
You go
Spanx.
town crier. That's the way you go.
Yep.
Yeah. She needed some Spanx. She needed a different color entirely because that color does. I don't want to say it doesn't do her favors.
No,
it
doesn't.
actively injures her.
Yeah.
Yes,
Really?
I have been
That
very
color's terrible on her.
angry about Mary's color season journey. We need her, someone out there, if you are certified in being able to diagnose someone with their correct color season.
Her
Can you
correct
please
season, yes. What is she? Is she
offer
a summer?
it to Mary. I think she's a summer. Did you see?
Okay.
She did an interview where she was wearing a blue sweater. Or I'm not certified in this. I'm not
Right.
This is your thing.
I'm
Mhm.
not learned. I've had my own colors done.
You don't have a degree in color season.
Yeah,
Oh, you
and
got to lean into it.
she was wearing a blue sweater in an interview, and I thought she looked so good because she almost never wears blue. But these
Mhm.
greens, and this one especially, it's making her look. She loves to look jaundiced in whatever she wears.
Well, I mean, you have to always account for the fake tan. Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It accentuates the
Like,
spray tan.
we don't know what her natural color is. Just like Florian, we don't know what you are supposed to look like. We will never know.
Uh-uh.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think it bothered me too, the way that everyone was so impressed with Andrea, her friend, who
Mhm.
was going shopping with her,
Mhm.
just mostly so that the rest of the family didn't have to. And that was what they were really thankful for,
Mhm.
is that this person is willing to spend time with Mary that none of them are able to give. And so I think the way that they were so impressed with Andrea's opinion of this and helping Mary pick out this great dress when that wasn't it. That wasn't the dress. I don't think that was it.
I want to talk for a minute about the exchange you're referencing, where they're all on the couch and Christine and Mary have this weird passive aggressive exchange
Mhm.
about being friends. Okay.
Best friends.
Best
Yes.
friends.
Cody is literally going like this: back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. And I got this weird sense about him. You could see his face. It almost looked like he was just going to fall asleep in the moment. Cody cannot handle a conversation that is not about him.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
He
no.
was
So
like not
bored.
invested in this conversation in any way. He could give a shit what they were saying. If I said popped in like my little head, like the Wheel of Fortune screen,
Mhm.
and I popped in and I was like, Cody, it's the ghost of future, whatever. And I was like, what did they just say? He would have no idea.
Nope.
His two least favorite wives.
Because he's doing the
yeah.
motions.
He doesn't care what their problems
He
are.
doesn't care. If it's not about him, he doesn't even want to engage. Robin makes everything about him. So that is what, like, even I told Amanda when the kids are reading their things and little Fiona Apple, is it Brianna who says it?
Yeah.
When she's like, thank you, Mom and Dad, for giving us everything we need. And Robin bumps Cody and goes, that's you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't catch what she said. I saw the
Yeah.
elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
She goes, that's you. What?
I wrote that line for her. She delivered it so well. Did you hear
It's
it?
just so weird, right? Like everything is about him.
Amy, Robin gives him a honeymoon experience.
That's
Part of the
true.
honeymoon
That's
experience
true.
is complete and total obsession.
He is her best customer.
Absolutely.
Is that how it works? Wait, is she
Yes.
his best customer? I
He
forget.
is her best customer.
Somebody's a good customer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wives are the most expensive prostitutes. That is true.
Oh,
Right? That's
That's a
Robin's
Cody.
opinion.
Yeah.
I know.
That is
know,
Robin's
I know,
opinion.
but
That's
I
not
know.
me
Haven't heard
saying
that one in
anything.
a while.
Haven't heard it in
Yeah.
a while. Yeah, it's still jarring every time you hear it.
Plus,
Yeah.
Amy and I are about to recap the Amy Fisher story, and there's a lot of prostitution in that one too. So
Ooh.
I'm
Ooh.
Yeah.
in a sex worker mindset.
Who would have thought that Joey Buttafuoco was a bad guy? Who would have thought that?
No one saw it coming.
No. Mm-mm.
Janelle's dress.
Oh, Janelle.
Okay,
Okay.
let's spend 10 hours.
Ugh.
What is happening?
Okay, Robin, that bitch. She
That fucking
comes in.
passive aggressive bitch.
Now, having been a fat person my whole life,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to reach through the television screen and just bash Robin's head off the island because she comes in and goes, that dress makes you look so thin. Fuck off.
Right.
Is what I wanted to say.
That's the only thing that's important.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
That's all that matters.
That is Janelle's worth right there. If she's thick or thin.
Yeah, the standard of beauty is the thinness. So
Was there an island for me to hit her head off of?
There is. There was an island there.
I don't want to cause permanent damage. Just a little bump.
I don't
And
think
bounce it
you can
off.
do any more damage than what.
Yeah.
There has to be something in there to damage, I think, as baseline.
Than the TBI we're witnessing in real time.
She's
Fine.
getting
She's
worried. Like, are we going to have to pull the My Sister Wives Closet plus size line? Has
The holy
Janelle
line.
lost
Just
enough weight that now we can't use it as
I
a
can't
marketing
market-
piece?
Yeah.
What a rotten thing to say.
We get the double because we get Robin being like, "Oh, you look so skinny," and then we get on the talking head, and Cody's like, "Yeah, all that work's paid off." Like, fuck off, dude.
I
Also,
know.
you've
And I
seen
don't
her without clothes on. Come on, Cody.
Yeah,
think Janelle cares. Like, she didn't seem to be
No.
bothered by this.
I'm
But
bothered.
it's just like, why do you have to be an asshole, Robin, at every turn? Like, why don't you just not say anything about my body? Why don't you just say the dress looks nice?
Mhm.
There we
Because
go.
it didn't.
Well, not so much that it was.
Problem. Didn't.
I think the thing with Janelle is where this is where I resonate with her on a personal level. I think is where anytime anything is said to you, if it's a compliment, you don't want to take it as a backhanded compliment, so you don't even process it at all. You just smush that way deep down. You don't even take it at face value. You don't listen to it, and you don't feel that. You're just gonna think about it later. I'll think through
Right.
that. But like in the moment, I feel like it was probably one of those things, man, where it was just that response. What do you say to that?
I know.
I don't know what to say.
What do you say to that? I can't tell you how many times, Amanda, how many compliments can we roll out that were disguised as compliments, but comments about our weight or our bodies?
Oh,
How
and
many
you
times
have such
have
a
you
pretty
heard it?
face.
You have such a pretty
Mhm.
face.
Pretty face.
Number one.
That's the go-to. Yeah.
It's like, fuck right off.
Yeah.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
But this dress looks half done.
It
like,
is half
the-
done.
The top and the bottom, I don't feel like attached at many places.
I think it ended up being a front and back dress where the front was like, okay, this is passable.
This is okay enough.
It's
Just
covering.
Don't turn around at any
Don't-
point during the ceremony.
And I think the focus then became, okay, this is what she's going to see in the mirror when we hold it up. And to get her to give us a thumbs up. So just ignore the back. She's not going to be able to see it. So
It's like the back of my hair. I have no idea what's happening.
yeah,
back
I
there.
don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
I know there's a bald spot back there, but I'm not looking.
that's right.
they should have just sewn one of those capes onto the back of it, like a dress
Oh.
out of like the 1700s.
Just put her in, like, just shroud her in material.
Just cover that up.
Well, they have all the leftover material from Mary's dress and Robin's dresses that they didn't think. They could just make something and throw it on
Yeah,
back.
come on. patch
Speaking
that
of
together.
Robin's dress,
Yeah.
speaking of Robin's dress for 1 second. So, Amanda, you know, I always say there are two people you don't want to have a dramatic reaction to your situation. Number one is an EMT or a 911 operator. You don't want them
Right.
to be like, ugh.
Ugh.
You don't want your doctor to be like, ugh. You also don't want your seamstress to be like, can I be real honest with you about something?
There's
just
something
like,
wrong
no.
with your body and it doesn't wear clothes right. So I think we should just give up on making this dress.
And
Yes.
you really don't want it 6 hours before the event where they're like, I don't think this is the dress for you.
Right.
That's something that you should catch in the design phase of when you're sketching it out. And I don't think this is going to look right on you. And, or I don't know if I would be able to technically pull this off. The way that Robin is standing there with the hole of that her head goes through is cut in like a square rectangular fashion around her neck. It looks like the dress is rendering on her body, and we're still like halfway loaded, not there yet. It's still got some polygons, PlayStation 1 graphics going
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
that's exactly what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
on. No.
And just the weird draping at the bottom, like the whole thing is just.
I will
This should have
say,
been aborted like 5 days before it was.
yeah.
I will say her hair and makeup, even though like it's way out of style now, it was nice to see Janelle a little glammed up. Like she
I
looked
agree.
very pretty.
I
Yeah.
kept
She's
saying
beautiful.
I kept saying Janelle's hair and makeup though,
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah,
she looks
I
great.
agree. I agree.
Mary's hair, it looked like it was very Phoebe Buffet if she had had
Oh.
a shortcut. Like I was waiting to see
Yes,
little
you're right.
butterfly
Yeah.
clips
Mhm.
inserted all over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Now we're going to talk about McKelty.
The hat. Okay.
We caught something. We caught something on this because
Something new?
Something new that we didn't notice the first time.
Andrea brought that hat.
Andrea brought that hat into the house. She handed it to Robin. Robin is trying it on earlier in the
Oh,
episode, like the
missed
first
that.
part. So I don't know if this was originally going to be a Robin look and then it was handed off to McKelty and she just
Okay.
jumped on it, or
Okay.
But
what the deal was.
McKelty did not procure that hat herself.
That was brought
That
to
was
the house.
brought into the
Okay.
house. I mean, I'm still going to judge her for wearing it,
It's still
Mhm.
terrible.
but she did
But-
not go into the store and go, I think I'm going to buy this. This is
What's with
perfect for
the
commitment
hat?
ceremony.
I would like to say something.
Yeah.
Amy, yes. I
How
call on
old
you.
is McKelty in this episode?
Ooh.
She's
Amanda,
what is
what's
she,
her
like
birth year?
16
It's
or
like 2012.
16?
Okay,
Okay.
so late teen.
Late teens.
I 100% would have worn this hat.
Okay.
110%. I had some weird fucking styles when I was a teenager because I was trying to make everything my personality. I would have thought the hat was cool or clever. I would have probably seen it in like a Paula Abdul video and been like, I need to wear this now.
I'll try it on. Yeah.
It looked like
Mhm.
it came from the same time as Saul. It's very like
Yes.
industrial
Yeah.
Kind of
revolution.
steampunk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
The
that was
steampunk
for
sort of
Mary
thing.
originally then, because Andrea is Mary's friend.
You know who can rock a top
Best
hat?
friend.
Yeah.
Who can rock a top hat? Sidian from Seeking Sister Wife.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. A monocle.
he
he
can.
could do the whole look.
I thought you were
I
going to say
don't do
Tom
it.
Sandoval because, yeah, we found that out
I
on
don't
the
know who
Traders.
that
list.
is.
Oh, that was on the Traders last
He's
week.
you know who he
From
is. I know
Vanderpump. From
who he is.
Vanderpump. Yeah, he's terrible.
Vanderpump.
Which is not about a shoe store, which is what I thought for about 3 years.
No, that'd be Vanderpumps with the.
Yeah,
with
I
an
thought
S
it was
at
about
the-
a shoe
yeah, that'd
store.
be
Hand to
different.
God.
Forgot
For a
about
real
that.
long time.
Mhm.
No, see, who I thought was going to get into hats from this episode was Peyton, because at the end of the episode when they're dancing in the Brown family mosh pit, you see Peyton with a fedora on at one point, and I was like, "Milady, I think this is a new phase that we're entering here." So I'm surprised that that did not take root, so to speak.
Van Lady Love, baby.
Van Lady Love. Oh my God, yes.
Cody totally thinks he has like fucking U2 in his cul-de-sac. Like
Okay.
he's losing his mind over these people.
Couple things here.
Yeah.
First of all, I heard that music and I was like, what is happening? What is this music? What is this Neverland bullshit? This has to be something that Christine conjured up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized it was what is it, Van Lady
Van
Love?
Lady
I realized
Love.
it was their original song and
It's
they
all
gave
one
them
word.
permission to play it on the
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Episode.
Yes,
Wow.
Yes, yes.
They
and
couldn't
they are not
afford-
Van Lady Love anymore.
Oh, they're
Oh.
not?
Oh,
No.
They're
They
not
broke up?
defunct.
Yeah, no. I have the name. Hold on.
I
I'll
found,
pull it up while you guys
see,
are
I
talking.
found Van Lady Love on Spotify because I was able to
Mhm.
find the song to make sure,
Mhm.
yes, they this is still a thing. This was released in 2014. Now I know.
Mm-hmm. They're Van Hoff.
Okay.
They couldn't drop the van thing, huh?
Van
They're very into that.
space H-O with the through it F.
I think I liked Van Lady Love
I like
better.
Van Lady Love better. So wait, now we can totally figure this out. So Corey, the song came out in 2014.
Yes.
Okay, so that means McKelty was 18 because she was born in 96.
Oh, that's a
So-
little too old.
It's a little too old.
Mm.
I have another
15-year-old Amy would have worn that hat.
Yeah,
not
18-year-old Amy.
18-year-old.
Yeah, not 18.
I have another important question. So we have Andrea as the best friend of Mary.
Mhm.
When and how did Jen replace her?
Well, Jen was there.
She's at the ceremony.
She's there.
I saw her
Yeah.
at the ceremony.
I missed her.
She
I
was
did
there.
see
Present.
Nathan, but I did not see her.
Yeah, Jen was there sitting at
Okay.
the table. She was sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Just sitting there.
I don't know. And does Andrea, do we ever see her again in recent seasons? No.
No,
I don't
not really.
think so. I think
No,
that
we
Mary,
didn't even see her as a rent-a-friend when Mary had to circle back and talk about leaving Cody 29
But here's
times.
the thing. Well, because when she goes to that restaurant, she meets with those two women that read
Mhm.
her for filth. And I thought one of them was named Andrea with the weird spelling, but I could be wrong.
there was another one, but I don't think it's the same person.
Different. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not
So,
positive, but I don't
I'm
think it was the same
fairly
person.
positive.
Okay.
Pretty positive.
When Cody says in current season, how dare Jen call me an asshole or whatever? She does not know me. I do not know her. She goes back in this family a long time, dude.
yeah.
What are you talking about?
He knows her.
He knows.
She knows him, more importantly.
I think that's the bigger issue. He
doesn't like
needed
that.
to discredit that part of it.
He's never seen her before, never been next to her, nothing.
No.
Never.
That's a familiar defense.
We're
that
creating
we've
distance.
heard
Feels like
before.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know where he could have picked that up.
Cody on the couch often looks like, I was gonna say Donny Osmond.
Yeah, you texted me that yesterday, and I'm
thinking more of a David Cassidy with the hair.
The hair.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not fully his Geico caveman look yet, but he's got that 70s shag, and the shirt that he's wearing, purple, of course, kind of has like an Osmond feel to it. The embroidery on the on the edges. I don't know
this
fabric
was
terms.
a big season for embroidery and denim shirts. There
Yeah.
were a lot
Yeah.
of denim shirts that everybody
Yeah.
was wearing. It was
Yeah.
it was a look for them.
Well, and what about the manscaping that took place then in Janelle's
Robin
kitchen?
was ready to jump on his lap right there and go to town.
Was that in Janelle's kitchen, or
I
whose
don't
kitchen
know.
was it? I don't know.
That was my next question.
Don't do it in the kitchen.
When you see the quote unquote drone footage, I know it's not, but of the backyards,
Yes.
beautiful setup for a plural family. Like this didn't Big Love?
Yes,
weren't
this
they
was
all
the
in
Big Love model.
Okay.
Yep.
Whose yard has the wall around it? Is that Christine's?
Yeah, I think that's Christine.
Okay, because I thought it was Robin, so I was gonna hit the roof.
No, I think
Okay.
it's Christine's
Okay.
because remember we have those scenes of them in the pool that didn't fit the
Yes.
backyard?
Yes.
And then there's the wall
When
there.
truly Grace Brown was eating dirt
Dirt, right.
in front of Christine,
Right.
talking about
She's
how
done
safe
that
she needs the
before.
yard to be.
And when we
Yeah.
wanted to show Christine and Cody happy, they were floating in that pool fully dressed
Yes.
in regular clothes.
Yes.
We
And
don't
the
want
wall
to
was
be
behind them.
immodest.
It's just so stupid. They had a gated community.
Mhm.
I know.
They had this was the dumbest thing ever. I know there's many theories out there. Like some people posit that the balloon payment was coming up. Some people, you guys talked about how it could have been related to the Las Vegas shooting. It could have been related to Dayton going to school. Like we don't know for certain, but it's
Mhm.
just mind-boggling to me.
It was the
that they
stupidest
let this
decision.
happen.
Yeah. I mean, they had the perfect setup. And honestly, those houses would have been worth a lot more if they had decided to leave like they did and sold them off individually versus what they ended up with.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So bad decision all around.
Now, if they had stayed in the cul-de-sac, would Cody still have made them all quarantine from each other?
Oh, yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah, I think that the cul-de-sac would have been fascinating to watch during COVID because they would have been able to keep an eye on each other. And I'm pretty sure Robin would have spent all day at the window watching them come and go.
Taking notes.
She would
Writing
have
down every time someone came near them.
a
Yeah.
nest cam that's just happened to be facing out into the cul-de-sac that she could document and timestamp things for.
And I think it would have devolved into, we can't get together because you're not obeying the rules. Why did you leave the house this time, and this time?
Because I had to go to work, and then Robin doesn't understand
She
that as a
doesn't know what that
defense.
means.
No, yeah.
Here's something else to think about too. We've heard Cody and Robin in retrospect both say that Vegas was the perfect setup. Have we heard Janelle and Christine say that? They don't seem as enamored with it. And I'm wondering if it's because it was like now you have the favoritism right in front of you.
Yeah.
Whereas before you could be like, oh, Cody's probably out driving around in his stupid convertible. I don't know, with his gloves on. But now you're like, we know where he is. He's sitting at Robin's house.
Yeah. They always knew he was there.
The only thing that I think they got from that was positive for them was the independence of being in their own homes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Once Christine had that, she was never going
Yeah,
back.
I think
No
the
way.
cul-de-sac was kind of a culmination for Christine, where it was the beginning of the end for her, because she had even said at a couple of points she didn't want to move to Flagstaff because she was thinking about divorcing Cody at that time.
Mhm.
So to have that be kind of a deciding factor too, and then you are in the process of moving, and then it just becomes a whole other mess from that
I think
point.
she was thinking of divorcing Cody season 1, episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
when Robin,
I really
yeah.
do. I've never seen
She hadn't been 9 months pregnant.
No.
She was. Imagine having Cody inside of you 6 times.
Not into it. Not into it.
No, no.
Let's go back to the commitment ceremony. I want to talk about all the wives' speeches. We talked about Christine getting, of course, the fluff. Why couldn't Robin get through 3 words without fake crying?
I can't with
I
this.
know Corey has a theory.
It's because she couldn't read out loud. So when
Oh.
she stumbled, the first time she stumbled over her words while trying to do a straight read, she had to pretend like she was getting emotionally choked up, and that was the reason why she was stumbling over her words.
I mean, I'm a terrible out loud reader, so I have some empathy for that, but no, she probably can't.
How
read
many times
in
have you
shock.
hidden it with fake crying, though?
Never.
Just lean into it. Yeah, just accept it
like-
and go with it.
I'm not good at this, folks, but here we go.
I
Wait till
would
you
have
hear it.
needed a Xanax. There's too many people. There was too much
Oh.
going on.
I
there
think that was
too much
Janelle.
planned.
That was Janelle's response. Yeah, when she's handed.
I would have loved it.
Yeah, you would have had a stage, Amy. You would have
Oh,
been pirouetting
yeah.
across it. You would have had
Oh,
a grand
yeah.
old
Yeah.
time.
I would have been all into it. I'm telling you, I was the McKelty.
That's, I don't know. It's too many people for me. In a smaller setting, I think I would channel a little bit more of that energy. But with that many people, I would have completely shut down.
I will tell you that because I'm a poet, so I do a lot of spoken word stuff on stage. I used to get nervous doing that, but I think 10 years in the classroom prepares you for that because every day you have to show up and put on a show. And so eventually you get to the point where you're like, okay, I could wing it. Like when you first start teaching, you have like these detailed, we're going to do unit 1 and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. Now, like by the end of my teaching career, I'd be going and be like, hey, what's up, everybody? Like, what are we going to do today? And so I think it just prepares you for that.
I think it is.
think
Yeah, that exposure.
yes,
that
I
happens
think
from
I've
it.
just had a lot of training with it. That's all. It's
Yeah.
not it is my personality to kind of want the spotlight a little bit,
Mhm.
but I at 18, I probably would have been a nervous wreck.
How quick does that kind of fade away? Because I think that's something that I've experienced too, where it was like I was used to being on stage in front of people to perform
Yeah.
or like to play a song or to
Yeah.
do something. And then if you don't do that for a while and
It's
then
a
you
muscle.
just jump back up and then it's like,
Mhm.
oh God, like the fear's back. So like, what is your time window then for kind of,
Yeah,
feeling
it's
that?
interesting you say that because I feel like the pandemic kind of did that for me.
yeah.
Yeah, and it is a muscle that you have to use and keep using. So I don't know. Like I did read. I read a couple weeks ago, and it was okay. I was like, once you get up there again, you're fine. But it is like a muscle that you can lose. I totally agree with you there.
I think my COVID muscle that I lost was going into stores with people.
Oh. Yeah.
That is way out
I
of
get
shape now.
overstimulated now.
I think that was it.
Too
That
many
was
things.
not what I was expecting anymore.
Mine is traveling.
okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Mine
Yeah.
is large crowds.
Yeah.
So I'm from Philadelphia, and yesterday was the Eagles parade
Oh, God.
Yeah.
where they were estimating there'd be 2 million people. I'm like, I would sooner stab hot pokers in my eyes for 5 days straight
Yeah.
than be in the middle of that.
No.
That
No.
sounds awful.
Yeah.
That's way too many people. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I get it.
So, Cody, you would think that would also be his energy, but he does a pretty bad job being the MC of this entire thing.
He can't calm down. I've seen this a million times. His like he's out of breath. He's not doing his deep breath work that you have to do, especially when you're reading something.
Mhm.
I've been this. I've had this happen to me many times. And his adrenaline is so high. He needs like he even said, I need to center myself. He was a mess.
He ate too many caramel apple cups.
Because he didn't practice too.
Didn't practice. Yeah, I think the rehearsal was very
Yeah.
apparent of that. Maybe he wasn't able to center himself. He was a little bit too far away from Robin in their standing
Mm.
positions. She wasn't there to elbow him. That was
Mhm.
going to be his centering. It's kind of like
Christine was near him, and so he was really
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
throwing
On
him off.
edge.
comfortable.
He was dysregulated.
Yeah.
dysregulate. Yeah, that was Robin jabbing him with her elbow as his tapping. Yeah, that's how he's able
Buddy, let's go.
to get back.
Talk to me about the trauma you had as a child.
He was so worried that the kids were going to fuck it up, and then he got up there and he can't remember the order that anything's going to happen in.
Oh, to be fair, let's see. Okay, we just watched the episode. Can you name off all of the things that they did in the ceremony?
No.
I forgot. Like we kept going through
They
it.
did the stupid sand thing,
They did the sand thing,
the jewelry,
the jewelry, the planting of the tree,
the signing of the
signing of the thing, the
of the
wives doing their
Declaration of
speeches,
Independence.
then the kids doing their thing.
Right.
It had to be 2.5 hours long.
Can you imagine sitting there through this and being like, are you kidding me with this?
It was dumb.
Total runtime. what do you think it was from the moment that they walked through the gate? So not even the photos, because the photos we already knew. Cody said he was taking photos for 2 hours, but that was because they were doing individual ones, then big family stuff. So like, what do you think total runtime was as soon as Brianna and Savannah walk through the gate to break everyone for dinner and you can eat now?
I actually don't think it was too long. I want to say it was probably an hour.
I bet it was more than that.
Okay. I was thinking 90 minutes.
Yeah, maybe 90 minutes.
Okay.
I feel like there was a lot of stirring in between that they just like cut out.
Oh, okay.
The dead air, the transitions between these things that
I don't think it was
happen.
like a
Well,
simultaneous.
Nathan was the MC. You don't think he had it together here?
I think Cody had to tag him in at the end because Cody wasn't able to do it. He was running out of steam.
Can we address, and I'm sure this is, I don't listen to rewatches because I don't want to be spoiled before we do it. So I'm sure this has been addressed. Can we discuss how horrible this photographer was?
Fernando?
Shooting into the sun.
We haven't talked about that actually.
Shooting into the, you don't shoot into the sun.
No.
Unless you're
What
going
are
for
you
a
doing?
very specific style, but
Yes.
not good. And you have to have lighting.
They're going to be all washed out. Everybody's squinting. What are you doing? The one in the front of the house wasn't bad because they were all in the shade.
Yeah,
That's not
yeah.
bad.
And that was look down the lens. That was nice. But the ones in the back, especially Mary and Leon and Cody, they're like, and they're like squinting, and the sun is like right in their eyes. I'm like,
I feel like they had
what are
no
you
plan
doing?
as to where they were going to take the photos, and they were just like,
No.
"Just do it here. There's no more room. There's
I
nowhere else
have
for us to go."
I've never lived in a sunny place, Pennsylvania. So I would imagine it's difficult navigating the sun.
Yeah,
But then
sure.
I would just be like, let's do these at dusk, or let's do them at sunset, or let's do them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Go to golden hour. Wait for your
Yeah,
golden hour.
yes.
There's not
And go
enough
then.
golden hour. There's
So
if
stupid.
Not
he
for
was saying-
17,000
not for
photos,
17. Yeah, not for all those different family ones, individual ones, separate
Why did
ones,
they
and
take
together.
individual photos though?
That's what Carly.
Isn't this entire thing to celebrate that they are one united family?
Yes.
So then you
Mhm.
could have just done the one big family photo.
No.
It might be an instance where they don't have everybody dressed up and a professional photographer around enough.
Yeah.
So they were like, let's just do family pictures for everybody, like independent of this being the commitment ceremony. Because how often do we have everybody dressed up like this and we have a professional photographer?
At every wedding?
It's like I crashed the girls. My girls got
Oh.
their senior pictures done. I crashed it to throw one in there with me to use for Mother's Day. Because how often do I have a professional photographer and we're all dressed up?
Got to get our money's worth. That's what they were
Oh,
thinking.
Yes,
yeah,
Yeah.
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 All of the families were like coordinated except for Christine's. Did you notice
Well,
that?
Mm.
None of the boys' suits fit properly.
The
Not a single one of
Oh,
them.
boy.
Mm-mm.
Gabe's was the absolute worst. And it reminded me when my sister got married, we went with my brother in law to go pick his suit up. And he tried it on in Men's Warehouse. And I was like, we're not leaving with that.
No, I feel like this was different. I feel like, okay, our brother-in-law is catching strays on 2 crossovers in a row now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I've heard about this wedding already. Yeah.
Oh, no, this is a different one. So
Oh, okay.
this was for their wedding. So he had,
He's the groom.
he's
in
the
this
groom
situation.
in this one. So he had his suit that he had to go pick up. You guys sent me to go with him.
No,
to
didn't
pick-
I come?
No. So here's the thing. The first time it was me and him. We went to go pick it up. And I am not a clothes guy. I
Mm.
don't know
You didn't need
good
to
fits.
be a clothes guy.
I don't need to.
Same.
Okay, well, no, here's the thing. My thing is, and this is how I experienced clothes shopping growing up, was how do you feel in this clothes? Good, I guess, because I don't know what else. I don't know what else
Right.
to say.
What's the
as
right answer to that?
7-year-old
It's not
kid.
hurting me in an
Yeah,
offensive
like,
way.
oh, okay, great. That's the one we're getting. So then, like, that's what it went off of, and that was where I had left him with the question: how does it feel? Good. Okay, great. And we brought it back to your sister's house, and she immediately disapproved, and we had to go back.
when he
You
came
got sent
out,
back.
he put the suit jacket on and he came out of the bedroom and we just stared at him. We were like, is that like, are you serious? That's
You have to be joking.
That's the right one. It's like 2 sizes too big, and that's being generous.
They
Oh,
thought,
man.
well, okay, so I don't know how to test a fit of a jacket either, one that I'm wearing or one that somebody else is wearing. So I was not
Oh,
the
come
person
on.
to send.
The sleeves were like,
I'm
it
telling
was, it
you,
was so bad.
I think I was hesitant because I asked him multiple times, how do you feel in it? So I must have felt something was off.
It's like Amanda and I have talked about this often, that weird niche 90s photographer who sold a ton of prints to everybody of kids in oversized adult clothes, and only certain aspects of it were colorized.
Yes.
And mostly everything you could buy was at AC Moore or Michael's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that person, her name is like Kim Waters or something like that. I feel like that person may have been responsible for dressing everybody.
It could be. You could have put a second person in Garrison's suit.
Wow.
With
Yeah.
him. There was that much room.
I feel like they rented them, so they were like, oh, well, this is what we've got, and we can't tailor them at all, so it is
Right,
what
close
it
enough.
is today.
And can we discuss how awkward Cody was when he's like, I don't want to do his voice because I don't do it well. Corey is the master.
Mhm.
When he decides he's going to go down the line and tell everybody how attractive his kids are.
Yes.
Corey, can you do that for us?
You look beautiful. You look beautiful today. Look at you in your little hats and shirts. Look at you.
And he calls them divas. And McKelty's like, I'm not a diva. Or one of them is like, I'm not a diva. Okay, princesses. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
Okay,
whatever.
Stop using all of these words, Cody.
I feel like he thought that went so great in his head. And when he's
course
thinking
he did.
back on it and talking about it, like, yeah, you know what I did for
Mhm.
my kids that day?
I told them nice things.
Right before we were going to walk out in front of a huge crowd of people in our backyard, in Robin's backyard. And yeah, just that reassurance that I was able to give them. No, I think you just completely rattled everyone and
Mhm.
whipped them into the same frenzy that you always find yourself in.
You mean it didn't make up for telling them the day before that if they messed up in the ceremony that they would be kicked out of the family?
Family.
Words to live by.
Totally negated that piece of trauma.
If he has to reprimand anyone, you're kicked out of the family, which that's what the kids ultimately did to him. They had to reprimand Cody,
Right.
and then now
Yeah.
he's kicked out of the family.
Kicked him out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Savannah looked so freaking cute, guys.
Oh.
She was so
I
cute.
know. She
Oh my
was
God.
the dancing.
And of course, truly Grace Brown.
Well, of course, truly. Wandering around, running
Amazing.
around this with her like whoopee or something the whole
And
time.
she grabs the mic at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
she has
no
something to
fear.
say.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Don't go anywhere.
yeah, it's
My
not,
body, my choice.
it's not over.
You think there were people leaving? They were just like, let's maybe sneak out the back while there. It seems like things are settling down.
You're called out by like a 3-year-old or 4-year-old.
She's doing crowd work. Yeah, she's just. Where are you guys going? You got someplace to be? You had something else planned?
I grew up Roman Catholic, and we had 2 priests in our parish, Father Barone and Father Penn. And if Father Penn was doing the sermon that day, if you got up to leave, he'd stop mass and call you out on it. You were not allowed to leave. One guy was like, I have to go to the
I
bathroom.
don't have the endurance to
I
sit
don't
here
like- I
for
don't
this
like that.
long.
So we would go to church and just pray that it was Father Barone every
You
time.
could sneak out.
And 40 minutes in and out. Father Penn was
Oh, that's
like an hour
good. That's good timing.
I wish we'd been able to get like a person by person look of everybody there because I want to see where we have the crossover of Seeking Sister Wife and Sister Wives because we know we have the Aldridges. They're also friends with the Brinies, but I didn't see them there. So I wonder if they were there. No,
I don't know.
Sidian, they wouldn't want Sidian. He's like, cool.
Sidian is only doing this just because it's fun. Like Sidian's just doing it to be different and be cool.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
to sell his
Not a-
books
it's-
about color.
Yeah, it's not a like devout thing. It has nothing to do with
It's not a spiritual
religious
calling for him and
calling.
Tasha.
Yeah. No. Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
That show needs to come back.
Oh,
So desperately.
I need the Merrifields on my screen. I need Garrick Merrifield. I need
Oh.
him so badly on my
Mhm.
screen.
I
All the
can't
time.
wait to see them go to Brazil again.
Ugh.
Well, they don't. Are they going to go to Brazil or are they just going to go to
Yeah.
Mexico?
No, they're going to go to Brazil to find. They have another
Finally,
wife.
to the homeland.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
They're finding all of these women.
Yep. They have a special on the hotel. They just block the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Block these rooms for next year. Same time. We'll be here.
back. We need to get him and Brian from 90 Day together to go do their sex
Mm.
tourism of young
Mhm.
Brazilian
Mhm.
women.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe they could share a timeshare.
Mhm, mhm.
The polygamous timeshare.
Make
Yeah.
good
You
use
just,
of it.
do a nice
Yeah.
rotation.
They'll open one at this point. Yeah, it's going to be a Zion's Landing in Brazil.
So does anyone have the verbiage of the family crest or whatever the fuck it is that they're writing the mission statement?
Hear ye, hear ye. No, I
it's
didn't.
so generic. It's like, we're gonna love each other. We're gonna, like, I don't know, love God and faith and family. Hashtag never forget. I don't know what the hell it is.
They got a thesaurus and they were like, just pick the words that you like.
I tried to find it. I couldn't find it, but
yeah, I don't think there's one picture of it like hanging up on the wall in the house, but it's like handwritten, so it's too far away to read it.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see if there's anything else.
Yeah, the word art. We know they're real big on word art in the Brown family.
Excuse me, Corey. I don't think you've heard. I'm bringing word art back.
Okay.
I am. I'm sick of being shamed for my word art. I'm a writer. I love words. I have
Where's your
certain
favorite
words around
place
my
for
house.
the word art? Because Janelle's a big kitchen word art gal.
No, see, here's the thing. They just have terrible word art. I have, like, downstairs, I have Leonard Cohen lyrics on my wall, like on a little plaque thing.
Okay.
I have some Hemingway quotes. In my bedroom, who do I have in my bedroom? I mean, besides my husband.
Well,
Anthony Bourdain.
No, I think I have Hemingway in there. I've F. Scott Fitzgerald out here.
Okay.
So, like, I have good word art. I don't have things that say, like, home and faith, like stupid word art.
Or a big sign that tells you to eat in your kitchen. Eat.
Yeah.
Right.
The
Okay,
cook
great.
is
Wash
on
your
fire.
hands when you
Thought
go
I'd
to
be
the
doing here.
bathroom.
the cook is on fire, though. I'm
So I
Janelle.
am reclaiming word art, and I'm making it cool again, bringing it back.
Word art with meaning.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Words were my best friend growing up.
I'm trying real hard to find the mission statement here, guys, and it is not going well.
You would think that
It's
there would
okay.
be more places to see it.
You
Like,
would
why
think
is
so.
it not
Someone would have
cited?
typed this out.
It's just basically like love and faith.
Oh,
And
We live
I
in
don't know.
abundance.
Oh, yeah.
Was one of
What
the
does
first.
that even mean?
I have it.
Robin?
I have it. I have it. I have it.
Oh,
All
yes.
right.
Okay. I knew I could get here. Thank you, Reddit. The Cody Brown family mission statement. Our family is forever joined for the purpose of developing our own divine energy and raising righteous children. By our example and in a nurturing environment, we encourage respect for individual spirituality and development of integrity, strength, courage, compassion, and loyalty. As part of our family culture and identity, we seek to foster each child and adult finding his or own sense of confidence through embracing true self and developing gifts and talents while discovering his or her. This is such gobbledygook.
I
Too
can't.
many
Okay, we're
fucking
done.
words.
I love
Jesus
how
Christ.
Amanda's like, I don't like to read out loud. And then
Yes.
we're like, read this whole thing.
I thought the same thing when she was reading through it. Plus, I was keeping an eye on the timer to see about how long we were because they were passing the mic in between each part.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I think the most time-consuming part of this is not just reading it, but then you have to have 20 plus people go up and individually sign it too.
So here's what I used to do with my students with their papers when I suspected over thesaurus use. Okay.
Mhm.
I would say to them, read each sentence out loud. So this is a technique that you do when you're a writer. You read the sentence out loud.
Yeah.
If they read the sentence out loud and could not in plain language explain to me what it meant, that's a problem. I want to ask Robin after she reads abundance and blah, blah, blah. Tell me what that means. Just in plain language. Tell me what it means.
Just a lot of blank
I guarantee you
stares.
she wouldn't be able to tell you what
Oh,
it
she
means.
would repeat the sentence back to you.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
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 Like, what does it mean? What is the word salad here? This is like worthy up.
See,
Oh,
Robin
well, yeah.
doesn't do words though. She does jewelry. And
She
so
expresses her feelings in metals.
yeah,
And we saw how
Precious
beautiful
metals.
those
Precious
bracelets were.
metals.
precious.
Does
sterling
anybody
silver.
have that bracelet still?
Gabe?
Robert Cullen. it's a Twilight bracelet.
Okay. Well, when they
Robert
first
Cullen? I just mixed up
Edward Cullen?
Edward
You
Cullen
mixed
and Robert
real-
Pattinson.
yeah.
We just
Edward.
watched Twilight the other night on Discord, and I've got it all
Well, okay.
mixed up in here. I
I
can't stop
ha-
thinking about Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, that's the real problem. No, I
It's okay.
think people thought we were joking when we said that there is a big connection between Twilight and Sister Wives. I think people on our Discord thought we were just kidding around. And as we were watching it, people were like, oh my God, no, like this is, how many times do you think Robin has confused her life with the life of Bella Swan?
Maybe.
Multiple
Maybe.
times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to give Twilight a rewatch. I haven't watched it in a very long time.
I could probably.
I've never seen it.
Okay. Yeah. I hadn't
You
really.
gotta watch it just for the Sister Wives element.
I guess
the-
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the roots run deep on that one too. It's just that's one of those ones where I feel like I could write a thesis just on that, of the weird connections out to Sister Wives.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Robin likes it. Like, she's got a lot of stuff on her Pinterest, or did at one point.
That's not the occult for her?
That's what
No,
people always
apparently
assume.
not.
It's Mormon.
It's a Mormon
Mormon.
writer.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's strong
okay.
purity culture themes throughout
There's
it. So
how
What is the
it's-
fan fiction connection with that? Is it 50 Shades of Grey was
50
fan
Shades of
fiction?
Grey
Yeah.
is the Twilight.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
I think we
Fanfiction.
talked through that timeline too, because it was Twilight wouldn't exist without 9/11, because 9/11 is what inspired My Chemical Romance. That was the big basis for their music and Gerard Way's artistic interpretation of that trauma. And then that was what the writer, what's her name? Stephanie? Something?
Stephanie Meyer.
Stephanie
Is that
Meyer?
it?
Stephanie Myers.
Yeah.
So she was listening to My Chemical Romance a bunch, and then had a dream, woke up, wrote it down, and it was the scene of like Bella and Edward in the woods, like when they first find out about the
And that's how we
vampire
got
stuff.
Twilight.
So that led to Twilight, and then Twilight spun off into people writing fan fiction, heavily sexualized fan fiction, and that
As it
was
usually is.
50 Shades of Grey.
Can I make a career as a fan fiction writer of Sister Wives?
Sure.
If you just
they're not-
hypersexualize it, probably.
Yeah, and I have to change all their names because I can't use. So I'll just give them pig Latin names. Like I'll just be like ODK.
Aiden Pay.
Mm-hmm. ODK fucked Abin Ray.
You might have to get a little bit more flowery than that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I don't know
florally,
if
I
that's
guess,
gonna
I suppose.
Work for you.
But
I'll
the
just
cuffs,
name
Twilight.
oh my God,
Go ahead,
the
Eve.
cuffs though. The
I'll just
cuffs.
name them all after flowers.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
There you go.
This
That's
is
a very
and Cody
Blake
deflowers
Lively
each one of
way
them.
around it.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
There's one audience for that.
Oh.
one
An audience of
individual
one.
who's
You'll
buying
fi-
those.
yeah.
What if they all turn into a coven and murder him at the end?
That could be-
Okay,
that
that's,
could be
that's a fun
interesting.
watch
twist.
Yeah, that becomes another subset. Yeah, the
Christine and Janelle might be on their way to do that at this point anyway. So
can't rule it
They
out.
could be.
It's going to be one of those confession books, yeah, that they find.
If they're doing Thelma and Louise, can we have them stop and pick up a 1990s Brad Pitt on the way?
that's one of the few cute Brad Pitts. So I support that.
Amanda, stop it. Who doesn't think Brad Pitt is hot? Current day, past day, every day?
I thought
What?
that you were going to say Rod. I thought
Oh,
that we
Hot
were
Rod.
going to stop
Yes,
in
well.
Louisiana. They did
Go to the
stop
Bayou
there.
Girl?
That's where they
Oh.
stopped to go to the bar.
Yeah.
Amanda, what was
Oh.
I telling you? Corey does a great imitation of. It's Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're going to be
Ryan
doing
Anderson.
covering Gypsy Rose
We are
the
too.
next
will
season.
we.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
need
We'll have
a
to meet
little-
up and do a.
little
yeah,
fan.
Yeah. You want to give us a little Ryan?
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, with all of the leftover food, I feel like that would have been very triggering for Ryan. I feel like I have like one phrase that I'll be able to
Okay.
really nail. So, yeah, Ryan's got, baby, those are my lunches. You can't be throwing out good
No.
food.
I've heard you do It's Revenue Bait.
Oh, yeah,
Revenue,
that's
baby.
true. So it's just like little tweaks on, as long as it's in that same vein. That's revenue, baby.
And then we are always talking about how Gypsy will call Rod up. Amanda, let's role play it. You be
Oh, yeah.
Gypsy, I'll be Rod.
So, Dad, I'm thinking of marrying Ryan, but I have some concerns. But I love him. So, what should I do?
Well, Gypsy, I don't want to interfere in your life. You're an adult now, and everything's gonna work out. Don't
Dad,
worry
I
about it.
hate him. Should I marry him?
Well, I mean, you just got to give it over to Christ. You just have to let it ride with Christ. He'll
Jesus,
take care of
take the wheel.
everything.
This guy has one job and fucks it up every time.
I love that it's the southern drawl though, but it's not Cajun at all.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
But
That's
no,
what
that's what I
makes it
love.
fun.
That's what I love about it. Yeah, that's what I
And then we
love.
get
I
into
don't know,
Ken.
Gypsy.
Can.
Can.
Mhm.
Because
Back
I
on
always
the bayou
go
soon enough.
whenever I think of her dad, I always think of Troy Landry from Swamp People. So
Oh, I never saw it.
Mm-mm.
Okay, well that's like
Is
my
it going
basis.
to ruin it for me?
No, it's very Cajun accent. So like that's
Okay.
my Cajun
Okay.
base. But Troy Landry has a very specific way that he talks. So it's just Troy Landry gonna get the job done. So it's just like it kind of Forrest Gumps it a little bit too.
Okay.
A little.
Okay.
So that would be David and Christine's version.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess if you
Oh,
want to think about it that way.
Bubblegum shrimp.
Well, thanks for coming on the show and talking about the
It's pretty good.
the
That's pretty
drywall.
I heard that they're having to dispel rumors that there's issues in their marriage.
Oh,
What?
I don't think there are. I think it's
so we have a new theory,
Yeah.
and I need to talk this out. I am now on the train of Christine is going to quit the show. And that is how she's going to hurt Cody the most. She is setting herself up. She's got a second Airbnb now. We know David's got a successful drywall business. Christine has said she doesn't like being on the show anymore. Like people have reported that she's been talking about that. I think Christine and Janelle are going to quit the show.
And then
they're going to take the show away, and Boo Boo Cody is going to be horrified.
Homeless. Because how's he going to pay that fucking mortgage?
Mm-hmm. His worst fear of poverty is going to come true.
He's going to have to go on Seeking Sister Wife.
Yeah. Because Cody, I believe Cody is the only one who wants the show. I don't think that Robin wants it. I think Robin hates it.
I think Robin just wants the money.
I think Robin
wants the money.
Robin needs the money, and she doesn't want the show, but she has no other way in her adult life of making money. So this is it.
I think Janelle needs the money too, though.
Like now, more than ever.
I think right now she does, but I also think like that doesn't matter to Janelle.
No,
like Maddie and Caleb got her. You know what I mean? Like they've got it. They're not going to let her be homeless. She'll be fine.
I think she could use another like season or two of money just
she's
to
got
feel
like
comfortable.
Plexus money.
But
she's
Janelle
doing well
does.
with that.
Oh, I forget about that.
Yeah.
And she doesn't require. She doesn't have a high standard of living.
No, she doesn't.
Like she could just. She's one of these people who like can make a decent income and just be okay forever. Like she's not going to want expensive stuff. She's not going to want. Like Christine and David like to travel. They like to do things like that. So they need a little more coin.
Janelle likes travel, but there's no world in which Daddy Logan, Hunter, and Maddie are going to let Janelle ever be in trouble. They will always make sure she's okay.
And she's got the RV to fall back on.
That's right.
I do though. I think they're going to quit the show. And I'm here for it. I'm here to watch him spiral. And then he'll try to make it a spinoff.
Oh God.
Oh, how great.
There's nothing compelling of Cody and Robin to watch.
No.
You know what'd be great though? Imagine they do a spinoff. We all watch the first episode and then no one watches it again. So he thinks he's okay. And then, boom.
So your ultimate plan is to lull Cody into a false sense of security.
Yeah.
And
then rip the rug right out from under him.
I'm here for it. He did that to all of his children.
Right.
So I'm here
to
for
his entire family.
His
the nation can do
cameos.
that to him.
They're going to triple in price.
Oh, the cameos. Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Well, he can make $200 an hour. So, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely worth paying someone $20 to babysit your kids.
So watch this space. Maybe they're quitting. And I'm here for it.
I like it. I think that if we see the Cody and Robin like recommitment ceremony, wedding, vow renewal, that we know it's the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
Oh, they could redo the family mission statement and it's just them.
Yeah, they could.
We toss out all the parts we don't like. We toss out all the parts that are about other people.
We just toss out all the parts that are about inclusion.
Yes.
They could get an entire season out of that.
Get rid of
You got to take out that DEI stuff. You know, you got to get it out of there.
They're just going to have to thesauricize the rest of it.
All the mentions of fun and parties, they're going to have to strip those out as well.
Out.
Yeah.
Send a draft over to Elon and have him work on it.
Amy, you're a
Does he have time?
He's very busy these days.
Fit it into the 120 hours. All right. I think that's a good overview of
We've said it all.
The commitment. Yeah. What else is there to say? I mean, it was the clusterfuck that we expected from the beginning, from the first time that they mentioned it. A classic Brown family plan.
And I still can't believe it took them 2 years to write that. That's the best they could come up with for 2 years.
I don't think any of the kids could recite any part of it if we asked them today.
It's too long.
No.
Well, these are supposed to be the values that help shape their upbringing, and I don't think that they could tell you anything that was in there.
It's just word salad generalities. So I think they have their bases covered.
They need to take like the materials, the written materials from Worthy Up, and just put it into one of those word cloud generators, and there you have your mission statement.
There you go. And then put it on Canva. It'll be great.
Yeah. Yeah. Mary has not come a long way. You know, she's got that thesaurus out.
Do you need to bring her up and get me started on this?
Oh, boy.
I'm going to save that.
Because Christine
That's a whole episode.
Yeah, Christine has her book coming out in September, but Amy,
Already pre-ordered it.
yes, we did
Oh,
the
already
digital
bought it.
copy,
I need
so
to
we'll get
pre-order.
it. Yeah, we'll get it right
Already bought
away.
We are going to go see her if she does book tour.
Oh,
Because she'll
100%.
come to New York or
Ooh.
Philly. So
Yeah.
we'll go see her.
Yeah.
those will double
not
as worthy
missing it.
up meetups and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
that'll probably.
You think Mary's
Yeah.
going on tour with Christine?
No.
No.
No, I don't.
Mary will chase those tours.
Yeah.
Just trying to catch
Mary will be out
anybody
in the
who's willing to
parking
stick
lot.
around.
With a big sign that says "Worthy Up," and there should be good. Yeah.
Well, thank
my
you both for joining us. This was so much fun. And let
Thank you
everyone
for
know
having
us.
where people can listen to you.
So we are at Little Miss Recap anywhere and everywhere. Instagram, any podcast app, Patreon, anywhere. Little Miss Recap.
Amazing. And you guys have a lot of fun stuff coming up, it sounds like. So we will be tuning in and hopefully we'll have some opportunities to get together again.
100%.
Yes, we'll definitely bring you in for Salt Lake because
Yeah.
we have no idea what we're going into.
Real
Doing it cold.
Housewives. Don't
I'll do it
Google
live.
don't Google anything because there are a lot of open-ended
going to.
mysteries along the way.
Mysteries, twists,
Okay.
and turns.
So yes,
Okay.
so don't
you're in
look it
for it.
up. Yeah.
Okay, cool.